Ramon, bitch.
Hey, peace, my fellas. Go ahead
All
on out.
right. All right. Ramon, man, how are you? How are you?
What's up, brother? I'm doing good, brother. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. Listen, man, just happy to. Oh, your camera switched.
Oh, I don't know why he's doing that. I think because
Rotation lock.
um it's because I have I'm on my iPad, so it like be
Oh,
switching. So, let's see. All right.
That's it. Oh, you was on. There you go. You good now?
Oh, hopefully it stays. Oh, you see, it switched again.
Oh, damn.
All right, man.
do you go by the junior or no?
No, no, no. I'm not junior. It's that's a funny story, brother.
Give it to us, man, because I mean, I have your dad listed as Ramon Cardenas Senior, so I just so that's why I asked.
Well, the story was
Oh,
man, you
it
see, it keeps
switched
switching.
again.
Yeah, story is though basically was my dad named me Ramon Cardenas, right? And he goes to the restroom. You know, I from what he told me, what days later when you go and register your baby, you you have to register your baby. As funny as it sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he went to go register me and with my mom, and he told the person, "Hey, put on Ramon Cardenas." So then she does, so he does, or she does. I'm not sure if it was a man or a lady, but she goes and registers me, and then basically what happened was my dad goes to the restroom right after that. So as he goes to the restroom, I guess my mom told him to put Romano as well. So then that's my middle name, Romano. Ramon Romano Cardenas is my full name. So then my dad comes back and he was like, "Hey, what's this name?" And then, oh, like, that's your son's name. And my dad was like, "I never told you to do that. I told you just to put Ramon Cardenas." And then, so basically, that's the story. My mom did it behind his back when he least expected it.
So,
That's
champ,
crazy.
you had this amazing moment on Twitter when you said, "Not bad for a Lyft driver, man." Take us back to that moment, man. What made you, take to social media, and basically ask that to your audience?
I mean, for me, it was just mainly to prove a point, man. Because a lot of these people were. It's funny, they try to offend. It's always been that, it's always been the whole, cab driver, or they always call, like, if you're not a good fighter or whatever the situation, they're always real quick to call you cab driver. But in my story, I did Lyft for some time, for a couple months and stuff like that. I did Lyft, and I was never people would be like, "Oh, he's a cab driver." That's why, people try to offend me when it came to like the whole Lyft thing. But it was like, man, like, why would I be ashamed of or offended for making a living the right way? You know what I mean? Like, I know plenty of boxers that make a living doing extracurricular stuff. I won't say who or what, but I've always been the type to just do things the right way. And so for me, it was one of those things where it's like they try to offend you, so that's why, or try to say, oh, he's a bad fighter or whatever the situation. And so that's why I put that. I was like, not bad for a Lyft driver.
Yeah, man. Listen, have you had the opportunity to go back and watch the fight?
I have, honestly, I watched it maybe I watched it like a couple days after. You know what I mean? And I mean, it was good. I mean, it was a good experience.
Do you
Man, like,
wish? Let me one follow up. Do you wish you would have maybe been a bit more patient?
I mean, to a certain extent, yes. Like, yeah, I wish I could have handled the things different in the sense of maybe um pace myself a little bit more. Not let him get off so much. But at the end of the day, that was the plan. You know what I mean? I told Joel, I was like, I don't feel the power. I don't. He can't crack like the way I thought he could. You know what I mean?
Let's
So
fucking go.
I started. I got the confidence to know that he's not gonna be able to hurt me. So I was able to like, I was still able to walk him down and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Did Joel tell you, like, bro, you falling in love with the left hook? Because, bro, you fell in love with the left hook. You
Yeah,
overused
yeah,
it. Like,
yeah.
he knew because you was doing it too. And you was, did it make you tired? I'm sorry, it's a loaded question. Do you feel you overused the left hook? And do you feel that it got you tired? Because it was times when you was throwing it, like, that shit was coming over here. And I'm like, damn, are you getting tired because you're missing that left hook? You was putting everything into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I did tell my my father and my close people and stuff. I said it kind of I kind of got left with crazy. You know what I mean? Cuz this is where the plan kind of messed up because I knew I could hurt him. You know what I mean? I knew I could hurt him, so for me, I was like, you know what? Like I can hurt him, so I'm gonna just keep up trying to hurt him. I'm gonna keep trying to catch him with a good punch, and I'm gonna keep trying to get him with one good solid punch. But that's where I messed up, where I got too left hook, like you said, left hook crazy. Where I kept trying to like just hit him with one punch, and ultimately that's where I messed up. Where I was like, you know what, just I should have just continued to work and continue the game plan, but I freaking messed up and I just got crazy with it, and that's kind of where his experience. That's what I've been telling everybody. I believe that was his 25th world title fight in a row, I believe. So or not in a row, but it's his 25th world title fight. So I feel like the experience as well was able to kind of like take over the fight.
Yeah, I want to first and foremost, I want to thank you, man, for saving the weekend, bro.
That's for sure.
Because
That fight was
it was
action packed.
yeah, that was an action packed squabble you put on, and I want to thank you for even bringing that out of Inoue, man, because that was the first time I seen him fight like here in America. What did you think of the stoppage? I thought you could have kept going because that's how the fight was going. Like, what did you think of the stoppage? Was it justified, or what did you think about it?
I mean, me personally, like I said in other interviews before, I would never judge a ref or an official or anything like that for doing what they do, because ultimately, like, they see something that maybe I don't see, or whatever the situation. You know what I mean? But me personally, as a competitor, yeah, I for sure I could have kept going. You know what I mean? I wasn't hurt. I was fine. That's why I told the ref right away. Like as soon as he stopped there, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. He told me, I know you're good, but you'll be okay. And I was like, you know what? Like that's one of those things where I don't. Thomas Taylor, man, like he did his job, and if he felt like I don't know, if he felt like I needed saving or whatever the situation, and that's on him. But me as a competitor, I could have kept going. And like you said, the fight was going like that. It wasn't something that it was new.
Right.
It wasn't something that just randomly I just stood on the ropes and was blocking punches and or like moving and stuff like that. It was something that I was doing on a constant. So, but I mean, like I said, man, I have nothing against the ref or nothing. I don't think he I don't think he, how would you say, stopped it because he just wanted to stop the fight or anything. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Right.
He had his reasons, I guess.
Were you? Did you get any extra motivation like during the build up of this fight? Because Top Rank was essentially looking past you. There was flyers just with Inoue on the flyer by himself, and they were like, "Oh, we got the MJ fight going down the line." Then I believe what's the name, Junto got down the line, and they were like overlooking you. And I remember when Inoue came for the grand arrival, he kind of like, "Oh, this the guy I'm fight." Not he didn't say that, but that was his energy to me. Did you get extra motivation from that?
I mean, me personally, I'm always kind of like very motivated in the sense of every fight for me is like I don't care if I fight a Joe Blow from down the street. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
very motivated still because again I'm a competitor more than anything, and you know for me it was just like I was just motivated in general. You know what I mean? I don't think and you know I think the whole fight with MJ and stuff. I don't think even necessarily it was top rank, man. You know,
Mm,
I think I think it was more Matchroom, you know, trying to, because if you notice, Top Rank has not posted anything about that fight. You know what I mean about him and MJ fighting. I
right.
think it was more Matchroom trying to, I don't know, like get the attention from the fight or whatever the situation may be. You know what I mean? I won't speak on what they were trying to do or whatever the situation, but. Um, I don't think it was top rank or anything like that. I think it was more Matchroom that was trying to I don't know, I guess capitalize on the fight or whatever. I know a lot of people, man, they a lot of people were like like undermining like what I could do in the sense of
Mm,
like, oh, you know, we don't know who Ramon is and this and that, but like I said all camp and I said all interviews that I ever did, like you know, boxing is not a popularity contest. You know what I mean? I understand like the popularity comes hand in hand with boxing. You know what I mean? Like I'm experiencing that now, where I had 5,000 followers, and all of a sudden, from one night to the next, I had 12,000, and all of a sudden now I have 15,000.
okay.
So it's yeah, so it's like I understand it kind of now, where it was like, okay, you know what, like if the popularity kind of comes, like cool, you know, because that the way I see it, that opens up a lot of more doors when it comes to other stuff, like other ventures in my life that I would like to do. But you know, we know now that I'm kind of on this side of the like the popularity, you know, in a sense of like trying to capitalize on that. Um, I just see it as in, you know, I gained this notoriety, or I gained all these followers through fighting, not through posting dumb videos and stuff like that. So for me, you know what I mean, right? Like for me, it's kind of like, you know, I understand like I'm not the most handsome guy on the earth, so women aren't following me because I'm handsome. They're following me because I can fight. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so same with men. Like they're not following me because I'm posting dumb stuff. I'm posting just regular things about boxing. You know what I mean? So, um, I mean, it's a lot of
But I
little
mean,
things, man.
there is some girls slithering in your DMs now, right? Like you was I know the yams up in there. Yams got
Nah, I mean,
damn it.
nah, I mean, honestly, bro, not really. Um,
Yeah.
I'm just if they are, I'm not reading them or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm just enjoying the time, man. Like I'm just really just like people are. It's funny because I got a message and it said you're really like something about this defeat. Like you're really like riding along with the defeat, something like that. And I was like, man, like, and somebody had defended me. He's like, some losses aren't losses. And
That's
in
what
my
I said.
situation,
That's what I said. Sometimes a guy can win in a loss, and that's how I felt this fight was for you. You know, I would love to see a rematch if you can work your way to it. Not that you deserve a rematch, just that I
hmm
know if you get a new opportunity, you can probably stick to the game plan. Again, I'm not a trainer, but I do want to ask, was it because you just wanted to land that left hook, or was the 2-3 not there?
no, I mean, we had been working on the left hook the whole camp because
Mm.
we knew like little things that we saw from him. We knew that every fighter, man, has their defects, you know, or their habits. More than anything, you could say habits instead of defects, right? Everyone has their defects to where, I mean, their habits where, you know, we understood that little things that he does that we can capitalize on. And one of the things was the left hook. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty, I like to say I throw my left hook pretty well to where I knew I could land it eventually. And that was one of those things where when it landed, it was a blessing. It was a blessing and a curse, man, because I landed it and I knew I could hurt him, but at the same time it was a curse because it was like I got too level crazy, you know what I mean? So like little things, man.
Well, let me get to these questions from the people. I got Rod in LA. He says, "Hell of a fight you did with the monster. Do you believe your stablemate MJ can defeat Inoue, and how?"
I mean, honestly, bro, Kaka's good. Like, I call him Kaka, we call him Kaka at the gym. But he's really good. Like MJ is really good and he has all the tools, man. You know what I mean? Like he has all the tools and I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. That's what one thing I've been preaching about like boxing is, the best gotta fight the best. You know what I mean? And Kaka's one of the best and Inoue is one of the best and now the fight's happening and now everyone's happy now. Everybody's like, okay, hell yeah, like finally Inoue is gonna get tested.
Well,
So
you
it's
did
it's gonna be
that.
it's
I
gonna be the
think you
fight.
did that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd like to say so too.
Nah, you tested him. He wasn't expecting that one. That was you made it interesting. We got Ali and Dago. He says, "What up, Is it Raymond or Ramon? I know it's
Ramon.
the same thing, but okay. What up, Ramon? You gained the fan with me. Great fight. Even in the loss, you showed you're a warrior. You are top three. No, excuse me. Who are your favorite top three fighters of all time?"
My top three fighters of all time would have to be, well, the number one is Juan Manuel Marquez. Number two is probably Miguel Cotto, and number three is I used to be a real like a big Edwin Valero fan, like a real big Edwin Valero fan. But I'm a little older now, so I would say number three would probably have to be between. This is between, like, it's hard, but between Floyd Mayweather and who else? Probably Floyd Mayweather and Edwin Valero. If Edwin Valero didn't do what he did, you know what I mean, he'd be number three. But we all know what he did, so that's why I don't
Shout out to
really.
you for knowing about him, though. Not a lot of people, you know about him.
Yeah, yeah.
I got greetings, champ. Bam Bam from Chicago. You went toe to toe with a top fighter of this generation. What do you have to say to all the people who doubted you? And would you like the rematch?
I mean, I wouldn't really say nothing to the people who doubted me because like the fight that we did, man, kind of speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Um, that's one thing that I would do. But and a rematch, I mean, sure, like I've always been the type, man, to have to say you have to earn it. You know what I mean? I've never been like, oh, I need a immediate rematch or this. No, like I'll earn it again. Like that's what I've been telling I told my manager, I told my promoter. I said I'm gonna earn my rematch again. That way people understand that, hey, like he earned this spot. He didn't get it because of whatever the situation. He got it because he earned it, and that's kind of one thing I do want to do is earn it. I want to fight somebody else and just keep fighting, and then if the rematch presents itself, I'd love that rematch.
I got, hey Raymond, Fredo from Patterson, New Jersey. I believe if you calm down with the wild hooks, the fight was yours to win. What's next for you, champ? You deserve to be amongst the top of the division. Excited to follow your career.
I mean, what's next is in early June I head to Japan because I got a vacation booked already, and then after
Hey,
that I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna just. Well, I gotta get back into the gym. I'm gonna start training. I was supposed to train today, but I woke up a little late, so I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just chill out today. But really, just whatever my promoter, my manager, They they um they decide. You know what I mean? I just whoever they ask me to fight, I'll fight them.
You
So
said you get merch too, right? You said you
Huh?
getting merch. Ain't you getting merch? You said you getting merchandise too, right?
Maybe, yeah. I was asking to see maybe if that's one thing um of one thing people probably want to buy, but yeah, I don't see why not. I'm trying to get something cool going on though.
I mean, a picture knocking down a monster is always cool. With the words "what monster."
Ooh,
That
fire,
Mm.
fire.
I got big respect to you, champ. Excellent performance. Do you think you can beat Inoue in a rematch? You had some solid moments in the fight. I think you just gassed a little at the end.
I mean, uh I I like again, this is as a competitor speaking, man. For sure. I think I could cuz it's funny cuz when I was fighting him, I didn't feel that different as like levels. I knew that I felt like I belonged there. You know what I mean? Like there's certain spots in life, and it's like that in everything. Like if you go to a certain thing and you're like, yeah, I don't belong here. Like I feel awkward here. Like I kind of like I want to
Yeah.
leave. But me, I never felt that way. I always felt like okay, like like I know I belong here, and it felt natural. So as a competitor speaking, like yeah, for sure, I would love that rematch tonight. I think I can pull off the victory as well.
I got Malcolm in New York. You released your debut hip hop album and could only feature two of these boxers. Who would you pick? Option are Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, Roy Jones Jr., Tyson Fury, and Victor Ortiz. Damn, who you doing a song with, champ?
Roy Jones and Roy Jones and probably who was the second one that you said?
Uh, is Adrian Broner, Danny
Danny
Garcia.
Garcia. Yeah, Danny Garcia and Roy Jones.
I got Bones 13. I mean, Bones from Fort Worth, Texas. First of all, I want to give you your flowers for a good performance versus the monster. What would you rate Inoue's power? Is that what everyone says? And what's your plan after this fight? Who do you want to fight next? Thanks, champ.
The I would rate his power again. This is just my personal opinion. Like this is just me. Like a 7. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Cause like he doesn't necessarily like. And that's what I said, like in the fights and stuff, and I said it in the interview and in the top rank interview. For me, he doesn't necessarily hit hard. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't hit hard. For me, it was just the accumulation of punches. Like the fact that he would, I mean, y'all saw the fight. He would throw 5 punches and then he would stop and he'd throw another 5 or 6. You know what I mean? That was more of like the tiredness of like, oh shit, like that was more of the mental tiredness of like me never being in a championship fight and then him knowing how to manage his energy and stuff like that, so that's the power, like a 7. And then I think um what I would like to do next, I mean, for sure, I think fighting, just to keep fighting at the super bantamweight division. You know what I mean? I know that I have more stuff to do with this division, and I know that Inoue's plans are probably to move up in the future. Within 1 year he'll be out the division. So I want to win a title here and then go up to 26 and win a title there as well.
Champ, did they do drug testing?
I mean, they did
The
to,
urine.
I mean,
You just
just
had
the
fight of the night,
urine.
night fight night urine
That's it. That's all. Me personally, again, that's all I got. Like I
the
didn't get
whole camp.
nothing. Yeah, that's all I got. Was just
dang.
the fight of the night urine.
Mm. And only urine, no blood. Crazy.
Yeah.
You
I mean, I
spoke
won't say nothing.
you spoke about the fact that he would throw 5 punches and then another 6. I mean, I'm not trying to get you to say what I'm insinuating, but do you think the next fight you want VADA testing?
I mean, the next fight, I think, this fight, like I always, like I was telling people, man, like I accepted the fight on all conditions because um,
Needed the
I
opportunity.
wanted, yeah, I wanted the opportunity. Now I have the opportunity and people know who I am. So now things are different. You know what I mean? Things are more, like I'm not a household name yet, but when it comes to the people in boxing, like they kind of know who I am now. So now I have leverage to say I want XYZ. Before I didn't. Before it was like oh we don't know who this kid is. We're giving him the chance. And now it's like okay, like now y'all know who I am. Now things would be different.
For sure.
So obviously now I would tell my manager like, hey, you know what? I want uh drug testing, like Avada drug testing and stuff like that. Again, because it's like if you go to a job, bro, and you tell the people that you want to make $30 an hour, they'll be like, who the fuck, who are you? You know what I mean? You go and you tell them what you want. No, sometimes you know what? They'll tell you, oh, you can make up to 30, but you're gonna start off at 15. You're gonna be like, okay, cool. Like if you have faith in yourself, you're gonna be like, all right, cool. I'll take those 15, and little by little, I'm gonna work my way up to 30. And that's kind of what I felt like on this fight. For me, was taking the chance and saying, you know what, like it's not about the money. And I've repeated it. For me, it was never about the money. It was always about the opportunity and just proving to myself and proving to the world like who I am. And I believe I did that. And so now it's like, okay, now I have the leverage to say, you know what, like look at the fight that we did last time we fought. You know what I mean? Let's give the fans another one, but let's do it now. I have the like I said, now I have the leverage to say I want this or that.
All right. I got Darius Flowers in Minnesota. Thank you for all that you give to the sport and best wishes to you and your family. Question: if you could change one rule in boxing, what would it be? Open scoring, same day weigh-ins, etc.
Mm, nothing really, because they do have like open scoring.
It's
Like
not
certain.
consistent though. It's not like your fight had open scoring. I'm sure you would have fought differently knowing you was down if you was down.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know some like certain fights do have open scoring. Certain, I think in Mexico sometimes they have open scoring. But I mean, really, personally, me, I wouldn't really change much because I think boxing's in a good place in a sense of when it comes to like just it's I mean it's kind of hard, man, because it's always been like that. Even before us, like boxing's always been where sometimes you don't fight the people you need to, or sometimes you don't fight certain people that fans want you to fight, stuff like that. But I mean, I think boxing is good in a sense the way it's at. Obviously, there's little things you can always tweak and stuff, but I think it's in a good spot.
I got Quan in Cleveland. Do you take it as disrespect when people don't give the lower weight classes the attention they may deserve?
I don't only because the thing about it is you got to remember, dude, like boxing back in the days, everybody wanted to be a heavyweight. Back in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, like 70s, the 80s, the 90s, like everybody was a heavyweight. Everybody wanted to be a heavyweight, right? So like it was just always so heavyweight friendly in the sense of like you had Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and Lennox Lewis, and then you had Joe Lewis, and then you had um all these, the Spinks brothers, like all those guys. You had all them, Muhammad Ali, and these are characters that are transcending, like even through boxing. You know what I mean? They're transcending through boxing. So everybody was like, "Oh, the heavyweight's a big deal. Like the heavyweight division is like a really big deal because um it's been transcending characters for such a long time. So now people kind of always think about, oh, heavyweights, 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 because that's the mindset of everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's been like that so long that everybody always thinks about uh like everybody's always thinks about heavyweights. But there's talent as well in the lower divisions. It's just now I guess proving it, or not so much proving it, but just people watching boxing, enjoying all of boxing, not just certain weight classes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just watch all of boxing.
$1 Trillion Dreams, what a fucking fight that was with you and Inoue. When is the next fight and against which opponent? Obviously, you've
I
already
think
answered that. Just want to make sure people get their question off, but you don't really know the next opponent, but you did say you want to be back in June, right?
no, I'll probably be back in, I would say October,
Oh, wow.
because
I
my
thought I heard
manager,
June.
no, my manager and my promoter, um, I have fought in February and I fought again in May, and I haven't really stopped training since early December.
I
Like I've always
remember
trained.
you said you're going to Japan in June.
Yeah, I'm going to Japan in June. But yeah, like I'm always in the gym, always in the gym. But the thing is, I had two back-to-back fights, one in February and then one in May. So my manager and my promoter, they were like, "Hey, just take some time, just relax, like just keep training, but like just relax, take some time off, and then we'll be back at the end of the year."
So I got to ask, did the vacation come with the fight, or did you have to buy your own Japan flight? Because, I mean, Inoue's from out there. Did he just
No,
invite,
no, no, no.
did like Mr. Honda invite you out there, or this is your own thing?
No, this is my own thing. I
Okay.
went to Japan in 2023, bro, in June. I loved it. Like at first I was kind of like skeptical about it. I didn't really know
Yeah.
what to expect. And man, I loved it. And it was so funny because me and my girl, we were talking about like, man, we should move here. Like as funny as it sounds. We're like, we should move here, and then
What was it? I watch videos all the time about Japan and Thailand and Americans going over there to live there, especially in Tokyo, because it's so futuristic.
I mean, dude, it's just a vibe, dude. Like it's really just like I don't know how to explain it, but the best way I can explain it is it really just when you go, it like in a sense absorbs you, man, because everything about it is just so cool. So it makes you wanna like just like live there. It's funny, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy, but um
Did you do
I
like all
wanted to.
touristy stuff, like exploring, or were you like relaxing on the beach or some shit?
No, we were in Tokyo, so we did like the touristy stuff, and then most of the times, man, like me and my girl, we would just wake up, get ready, and we would walk. We would just leave. Like we would just, cause everything's new to you, so
Yeah.
like like everything was new to us, so we would just leave. Like we would just get up and go, and we would find something to do, or we would be on a TikTok looking at certain things to do, and we would just do them like as the day went. And there was days that we had a plan and stuff, but sometimes we'd be walking and we're hungry and we'd see a little restaurant and we'd go in.
Sushi
And
or
some
what? You rocking with the sushi?
I don't really like sushi too much. I like more like the wagyu or whatever.
Oh,
I
Oh,
that
the
like
Wagyu
expense.
steak. That good steak.
yeah, the wagyu steak, that's really good.
Well, I got a few more questions. I got Dwayne from Virginia. Would you like to fight on a Canelo undercard soon? And not a question, but me and my dad loved the great fight you gave us. Blessings from Virginia. Saludos to Texas. The Mexican flag emoji, boxing glove emoji, and American flag emoji.
I mean, if it came to fighting on a Canelo card, man, I would love it. You know what I mean? Because I remember I used to watch Canelo. We're not too far apart in age, so I'm not gonna say when I was a kid. You know what I mean? But I used to watch Canelo, so for me, like fighting on his undercard would be like a dream come true as well. You know what I mean? Or just a big blessing. And so yeah, I would love to fight on his undercard.
Huang out of Houston says, what is it about Probox that produces hungry, entertaining fighters and gets many back in title contention?
I mean, I think what at Pro Box, man, like they don't put you in soft. You know what I mean? They Like my first fight with Pro Box, I fought a 30-5 guy. He was ranked number like 3 or 4 in the WBC and top. He had like a 20 something win streak, and it was an Nacho Beristain fighter as well. And that's one thing they don't do. They don't put you in soft.
Picasso.
Yeah, Picasso. They don't put you in soft. So I think you when you get to you've worked so hard to get to the title shot. So when you get to the title shot, you're already like you're in your mind. You're like, fuck, I gotta go out there and like prove something. I gotta go out there and show out because I've worked so hard to get here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We got what up, TBV? Connor in Baltimore, Maryland. Hope all is well, champ. You gained the fan in me after that fight. Hope to see you back soon. Now, we heard, Stephen Fulton talk about Inoue's power almost as pressure and stating that it was more so his accuracy and placement, similar to what fighters say about Tank. I just wanted to hear your input on his power and anything else you noticed in the ring. Appreciate it, champ. Much respect. Salute emoji.
I mean, the power, like I said, like it's not talking mess or anything like that. I'm not disrespecting him, but it was like a 7. It was just more for me the experience and it's more the experience and the way he was able to fight. Kind of like being able to pick his moments and be able to like box when he needed to box or like throw punches when he needed to throw punches. You know what I mean? Um, that for me that was the thing was him being able to kind of like uh control the pace when he needed to.
Is it hard for you to get work in Texas at that weight?
No, not really. There's a lot of like when I'm in Texas, man, like I'll spar really whoever, like if 35, 40. There's some friends that I have in
Damn.
the gym that they fight at um they fight at 40, but they're weighing like in their 60s, you know what I mean? So
Whoa.
it just all depends. Like here in Texas, um we work with whoever.
Nice. I got B3 boxing pick out of VA. Thank you for your time and coming to the Boxing Voice. My question is, what are some of the sacrifices you make to be a great fighter and a future world champion?
I mean, I think the sacrifice that I've made in my career was always just kind of like there's a lot of things, but like I've always the biggest sacrifice now that I do is like being away from family.
Mm. When
Like
you go
going to
for
training
camp, right?
camp.
Because you're going to
Yeah.
Joel's.
Yeah, I go to California and that was the thing is I was gone like I said all of December and that's all of it like Christmas and New Year's and I did that and then I was there for January. I came back February. I fought and then I was here. I left for a week. I came back and I was here for a week and then I went back to camp. And now finally this is going on to the second week that I've been at home.
And how long you been with your lady?
7 years.
Oh, she already knows the deal then.
Yeah, and like she knows it, but for me it's more like my nephews and stuff and my niece, like seeing them get older. Like it's funny, bro. One of my nephews is already has a deep. I remember when he was like 4 years old. Now he's gonna be 12 this year. Has a deep voice and he's over here like, like, and I'm like, damn, like the time how like time goes by
Yeah,
and
time
I don't see
flies. You in
that.
the gym working.
Yeah, and I don't see that. I don't see them getting older. When I come back he has longer hair and he has a deep voice now, and I'm like, what the, like, you know what I mean?
Hey man, hopefully the sacrifice is all worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, they are, man. I feel. I mean, again, everything works out for the best, and I feel good.
I got pound for pound 165. Ramon, appreciate your time and hell of a fight. Thank you for saving boxing last weekend. And Consejero from Washington State, do you have a mental health therapist or mental coach? If not, do you believe a boxer can be in therapy and not lose their competitive edge in the ring?
I mean, I personally don't have a coach or a mental coach or anything like that. Um, I mean, you could be, man, because you have basketball players and football players and all those people that have that stuff as well, and they're competitive as well. And I think you can. I think you can for sure. I just think more. It's just I think as boxing, you have to see it as like a sport to be competitive, like to be able to.
I dropped off.
Maybe.
Um,
Oh, you back.
my, my bad. Somebody called me. I think for me, you can be very competitive, even being a nice guy. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. So I mean, I think to answer your question, like um, yeah, I think you can.
I got Quest in Virginia. What up, champ? Blind rank these boxers one at a time. Roy Jones, 1 through 5. Roy
One,
Jones. Manny Pacquiao.
3,
Andre Ward.
2,
Ooh, Ali.
f-
I love that answer. That was like a 4 and a fuck. Like, damn, I fucked up.
yeah, I put him 4. I put him 4 now.
Lennox Lewis.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, shout
It's
out to
yeah.
Quest.
It's because Muhammad Ali. It's like Muhammad Ali. He just he did more than just be a boxer, dude. That's the thing. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah,
He did it for like he did more than just be a boxer. You know what I mean? That's a lot of people don't tend to realize that. They think, oh, being a boxer, but he did more. Like if it wasn't for Muhammad Ali, the stuff now, a lot of people wouldn't do it in a sense of um like you have even bro even equal rights, man. What was that segregation? Like he was one of the main factors of segregation like going away. And I appreciate it because I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
if there was
Right.
segregation to this day, like I'd be on this side of the fucking, on this side of the spectrum. You know what I mean? I'd be on this side of the line. You could put it that way.
Absolutely. I got BP from Bulgaria. Thank you for the great fight, Ramon. I knew you would bring it to Inoue as you had great performances on Probox. What are the future plans? Any signings with any of the big promotional companies and looking forward for merch?
I mean, future plans would probably be, maybe. I mean, I have a promoter, for sure. I think for me, it's just keep fighting the best. Keep fighting the best. Keep fighting the best fighters that I could possibly fight. You know what I mean? Give the fans fights worth watching. So that's probably what my plan.
Um, I got Mozzie that is asking, can you explain why Inoue pushed you back, but you say he doesn't have any power? I think you explained that when you said it was more accumulation, right?
Yeah, it was just accumulation of punches more than anything. Again, that's what people don't understand. Like they think because somebody's going back or somebody's moving or whatever the situation that the other guy hits hard. It's not necessarily always it's not always necessarily the cause. Sometimes it's just the accumulation of punches or just in general, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of posts, like I've seen a lot of comments, and they say, "Oh, he say, I don't hit hard, but look at his face, it's bruised." It's like, bro, we're fighting, like, you know what I mean? Of course, we're gonna get bruised. Like, it's kind of like,
Yeah. It's like getting dunked on. You play basketball, you're gonna get dunked on. It's part of the game.
e- exactly, you know what I mean? So, yeah, a lot of people seem to kind of like, and again, these are probably people who've never really fought before. You know what I mean? Where they think, um, and it's no disrespect, but they think, oh, he's moving back. He hits hard, but it's like, bro, like it's boxing. Like it was just more the fact that he was throwing more punches. Like he was throwing 5, 6 punches and stopping, and all of a sudden he throw another 5, 6 punches.
Did you feel like because Inoue's been on top of the pound for pound list for mad years? Did you feel like he was a pound for pound fighter in there? Was you like, yo, this shit different? Like from Probox to this shit lit. Like, did you feel like that?
Well, I mean, for me, for me, really, it was I felt natural in there. You know what I mean? Because I knew that I belonged there as well. Because I worked my ass off to get there. But I did kind of like I understood the way he managed his energy, the way he kind of was able to take away things from me that I was trying to do to him, and that's the experience that he has, and I'm grateful for it because now I have that experience and I'm able to just to kind of see the things that he did, and I'm like, okay, um
Give a
um
I want to know. Okay, I want to get inside your mind, and I'm the super casual. I'm the voice of the casuals. Give us a subtle thing he did to take something away, like a subtle thing that the casual can't see on the screen.
so he started reading my left hook. He started understanding that I was gonna like that's all I was looking for. So he would throw a jab, and I don't know if y'all noticed, he would throw a jab and then he'd do this. He'd always cover the right side because he started being able to read that I got left foot crazy. I got left foot crazy, and I kept just trying to throw it. So he took that away from me.
Mm, okay.
So it's again the experience that he has, man. Like being able to kind of like do that. He took away my left hook, and that was one of those things where I was like, damn, you know what I mean? I wasn't mad about it because obviously that's the game plan. That's his game plan. But for me, it was like, okay, I gotta find something different. And then I pushed him back. That was, I think, the sixth round when I pushed him back, and I was having success. I was like, oh, okay, like I was having success with pushing him back and stuff like that. Um, so it's like little things, you know. But yeah, he's good, bro. He has good IQ for sure.
Two more, champ. We got Toledo Treese. Would you go to Australia to fight Sam Goodman?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I shit. I've always said it, man. A ring is a ring. You know what I mean? A ring is a ring. You can put it anywhere, and it's not gonna change. You have the red corner, you have the blue corner, you have two white ones. So no, for sure. I think. I mean, I'd be willing to go over there.
And Cantrell in the UK says, no cap, Ramon Cardenas deserves to be on pay-per-view after that performance. I will pay top dollar to watch him fight against the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's all I really wanted, man, in my career. I've always, like I said, I think I said in an interview, I never said I'm gonna retire undefeated or retire. Um, I never said I was gonna retire undefeated. I always said that I wanted to just give the fans a fight worth remembering, a fight worth like them talking back and saying, "Hey, remember that one fight in Vegas, dude, where Inoue and Cardenas, man? That fucking fight was badass." You know, like the greats, and I've said it. Some of the greats have lost, dude. Juan Manuel Marquez, Manny Pacquiao, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, like you name it, and they've lost, except Floyd. Floyd's the only one who hasn't lost, but at the same time, it's now, like not everybody. Like I like Floyd when it comes to think about Floyd. I love his work ethic, man. His work ethic. There's nobody who outwork Floyd. Nobody. Like Floyd will wake. He'd go run at 2, 3, 4 in the morning because he was bored, type thing. You know what I mean? Or like there's stories of him going from the club and he'd run straight to the gym from the club. And that's like one of those things where like I love Floyd about. That's why I love Floyd because his work ethic. That's something that I try to mimic and I try to be like because if they got Floyd Mayweather right there, what makes you think I can't get there doing the same thing, right?
Mm.
But he's such a great fighter, and he retired undefeated, and now all of a sudden everybody else, like the fans, say if you're not undefeated, you're no good. But it's like, dude, like right down in history, man, some of the greatest fighters have lost. You don't ever hear people say, "Oh, Mike Tyson sucked, Sugar Ray Robinson sucked, Sugar Ray Leonard sucked. Roy Jones sucked. Like, dude, you hear these people say, "Man, that dude was the greatest of all time." Man, he was like that. So that's the mindset that I have, where it's like, you know what, like, I'll fight anybody, bro. I'll fight any. I don't care who, as long as the fans go home happy, man. Like, I'm good. And like we were saying earlier, this fight, yeah, I lost for sure. I lost. No, there's no doubt about it. But did I lose? When it comes to making fans and the people respecting me and the people actually saying, you know what, like, yeah, he lost, bro, but I want to watch him again. I didn't lose because ultimately, like, people want to watch me again, and I think as a boxer, that's all you really want. And my coach said it. My coach said it, after the fight. That he said he was proud of me, but the main thing that he said was pretty cool because he said, "Look, I think he put it on Instagram. He said something about sometimes when you win a fight, the people hate you, but when you lose and you lose with dignity, people love you." He's like, "That's what happened to you tonight." And so for me, it was like, you know what, like, that's why I didn't put my head down, bro. I never put my head down. I never was like, man, bro. Again, as a competitor, I was bummed out because I lost, but at the same time, bro, I went toe to toe with one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, like ever. You can say I went toe to toe with one of the best pound for pound fighters ever, and I gave him, I think, one of the toughest fights of his career. So, is there anything to be ashamed about that? You know
Hell
what I
no.
mean?
We want the
So,
squabbles, bro. If
Absolutely
you
not.
yeah, you come in there and you're trying to win the squabble, even if you take that young L, we still rocking with you because you entertained us and you put your life on the line and you
mhm.
ran the squabble. Now, if you was in there on your Fitbit challenge, yeah, we would have been cooking you.
Yeah, I mean, just look at and that's the thing. Look at the other fights, man. And that's one thing that, dude, that I'm just so grateful for because you had some of the biggest names in boxing fight that weekend, dude. You had Canelo, you had Ryan Garcia, you had Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. Um, you had some of the biggest names fight, but no one's talking about them. They're talking about us, and when they do talk about them, they're talking about them in a bad way. They're not talking about them in a happy. That was a badass fight. They're talking about them in. And it's like, man, that was boring, bro. That was a waste of money. That was, man, ain't nobody want to watch that. Like, that was a waste of my money. And for us, it was free. It was free on ESPN Plus, and we gave the fans something that they're like, oh, they left that day and they were like, dude, like, that was freaking badass. And even after the fight, I was walking to the hotel. I mean, I was walking through the hotel, and I had Japanese fans come up to me and they were like, man, they were like, oh, so great, so good, so good, thank you, thank you, thank you. And like, for me, that feels good because it's like, man, like, I never cared about losing. I just cared about making the people happy, and I feel like that's what we did that night.
Well, champ, those are all the questions. I want to thank you, and if you could give out your social media for anybody who isn't following you, can do so. But we definitely appreciate you coming on. As soon as you got some new fight news, we would love to get you back on. But yeah, if you want to give out that social media for those that don't know how to follow you.
Yeah, I mean, my social media is Dinamita Cardenas on basically every social media. I just, more than anything, man, I want to thank you guys as well for having me on, bro. I remember I used to watch. I follow you guys on Instagram. I followed you before you guys. Yeah, like, that was a long time ago. So it was pretty cool to kind of like come on the show, and that's why I told my dad. I've been not picky, but right now everybody wants to
Interview,
give me a interview me, and it's kind of like, and it's funny, bro. I didn't realize how much people do this, but they'll be like, hey, I'm so and so from Yahoo, or so and so from sports, or like they'll always like use these like pages, like these big
yeah,
pages, to kind of like sucker you in, and then they do an interview, and it's like their small page.
yeah.
So for me now, I'm being real picky with like different, like interviews. But when my dad told me about this one, I was like, oh hell yeah, I got to do it because I've always looked at them, I've
Appreciate you,
always
man.
seen them.
That's lit.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Nah, listen. Uh, we've watched all your pro box fights, though, so that's the thing. We're huge pro box guys over here. I hate that they left Wednesdays, man. Now they're on to championship boxing, but I used to love watching Probox on Wednesdays, and you know they have been doing a great job, not just with you, but all together. I mean, all their guys. It's like you said, the matchmaking is so good that you know what you got with those fighters. And
Yeah.
man, shout out to Gary Jonas. He's doing his thing. Shout out to you. You know, you did your thing. Najee Lopez, Val Sant. I mean, all those guys. I mean, even Dominic Valle looked good. Everybody's doing good out of Pro Box. Shout out to them. And
Yeah.
look, he brought Lamont Roach back. I mean, it's just insane. You were just in a fight with an undisputed, you know, champion that's on the pound for pound list, man. Shout out to Pro Box. They're
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Yeah, big shout out to Probox, man, and that's what I think the American fans have to really support, here, man, because everyone, I respect, I would never badmouth no promoter or nothing, but support what we got going on here first before we support anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Word.
So, I'm grateful for Probox, man. I'm grateful for Samson as well, and just my manager, and just I'm gonna keep grinding, man. I'm gonna keep working back to title contention, and when I get the title shot next time, I guarantee you, I'll be 100% ready for that.
Hey, champ, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for jumping on.
Thank you, brother.
All right. There you have it, ladies and
Bye-bye.
gentlemen. Ramon Cardenas put on a valiant effort. And look, no one's giving him the Edgar Berlanga treatment. They are allowing him. Well, actually, he did mention